Nerdrotic.com.
You get what you fucking deserve, eh?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
You know, two of his childhood heroes have both just shit all over his versions of their work.
I know. That's the funniest part. That is absolutely the funniest part. So here we go. Here's the original clip.
So you just announced a Green Lantern show. It's called Lanterns because we all agreed that the green was stupid. So
Right.
So now it's just Lanterns.
Didn't notice that nervous laughter, by the way, by the audience after that?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of laughter.
That was some nervous laughter.
I hate to do this. What, like, mechanically is the joke if you deliver it that way? You know, something I was talking to Free about, I was like, let me guess, you don't think Batman sounds stupid or Spider-Man, right? And I'm sure he'd be like, well, no. And he'd be like, but Man-Bat, a lot of people are like, that sounds silly. And it's like, why do you think that is? Why do you think Batman is considered not really silly at this point, but Man-Bat is? It's like, well, probably because one has got major exposure thanks to projects like this. Once you have enough of it, it'll be less and less people thinking it's insane or strange. There's this fucking cowardice and insecurity in Hollywood about like, oh, these are very silly names. We can't have this. And it's like one of the most iconic role models in fiction having silly name. What bugs me about this is the formula is so simple. If you make an amazing show called Green Lantern, the name starts to be less weird to people like my mum. It starts to be like, because she knows who Superman is. I know this sounds weird, but try to imagine zero context that you're familiar with of this, and someone says, I've got a character called Superman. You'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound, you know? But because of culture, because of the way stories develop, because of all the different stories we've been inspired by, Superman, there's no question. That's a great name. It's like, this is what bugs me about all this. Is like, we got to call it Lanterns. We can't call it Green Lantern. That would be crazy.
Insane. And the fact that we're, like you said, Mahler, we're still here is kind of what Grant Morrison, James Gunn's hero, says. Okay. My Green Lantern stories with Liam Sharp ended with the whole universe facing Ultra War, the final war of everything against everything else. Conflict spreads for the stars to the stars, world versus world, empire versus empire, state versus state, total fragmentation, then neighbor against neighbor, molecule versus molecule, atom versus atom, until all there is destroys itself, creation reduced to ash, not even the raw building blocks of matter remaining. Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, puts a stop to all of this with the winning combination of love and will. TV writer-producer Damon Lindelof comment, notwithstanding, the green in Green Lanterns, green is not stupid. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid?
Great question.
Great question. You don't hand CSI scripts to patronizing writers who condemn forensic experts and their haircuts as stupid. So why hire people who are ashamed and in denial about the comic book material they've been assigned to develop? Why don't they turn down jobs they're not suited for? It's not like he needs the money, and Lindelof has proven that he can come up with his own ideas. What is this jockish dismissal of superhero conventions intending to prove anyway? Does Lindelof imagine it makes him less nerdy?
He's already dead.
He's already.
I'm going to keep going. It's a bit too late for that. So what's this all about? The only people who give a fuck about the Lanterns TV series are Green Lantern fans.
Yes.
Why alienate them from the start? That feels more like stupid. Green Lantern is much more evocative and dramatic a title than Lanterns, just as Raise the Red Lantern is a better movie title than Raise the Lantern. And anyone who can't grasp this shouldn't be anywhere near a superhero series. The show might be good, but how much better could this stuff been if studios were willing to hire the right people for the job instead of, I like this part, phoning their embarrassed friends to water the source material down? Hollywood will die of insularity and inbreeding.
Green Lantern wins. Flawless victory. Heroic brutality.
That's the thing about Hollywood. They're inbred aliens, Gary. Like, we gotta get them out of here.
I know. He's not wrong. James Gunn has pretty much based half of his DCU on Morrison stuff.
Well, the Batman stuff is
it's all Morrison.
Completely on Morrison stuff.
foolishly, I'm like, let's pretend for a second that he's being honest, that it was just a joke and he absolutely loves the Green and Green Lantern. So, like, how are you so stupid to say that when everyone's watching and listening and invested who is a Green Lantern? Why would you even make the joke instead of clarifying, even after a joke, which we do here every once in a while? We'll be like, for example, seriously though, I love Green Lantern. Green will be prominent in this show. Why don't you say something like that? To make sure, like, people
don't they show off a beige suit
instead of being fucking skewered by one of your heroes, and then being like, "I was joking."
Like, I was joking.
Please,
and that's what he's coming out and saying now. So they're running some not interference. They're doing some PR saying he was just joking. He's really sorry. And Damon Lindelof, I mean, he made a point to say, "Listen, I'm not going to shit on the fans. The fans are right on this one. I'm not going to make excuses." But that's what you meant. And whether it was his decision or not. The reason it's not called Green Lanterns is because somebody thought green was stupid.
Yes, that's 100%.
There's no other explanation. And don't give me this other colors of the spectrum shit. The show was originally supposed to be called Green Lantern Corps. So if you're going to talk about multiple Green Lanterns, that's the best way to do it. And that's a better name. Much better.
We have been stuck in this fucking position for a very long time, where it be it the name of a character, the costume of a character, the powers of a character. A lot of people seem to think when they're adapting this work that they are so much better than it that they can mention it and be like, ha, 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 how stupid. Anyway, I'm going to use this.
It's exactly why Arrow was called Arrow and not Green Arrow. Is because they thought the green made it sound silly, so they ditched it to Arrow. They didn't like green; they thought it was stupid. They actually 100%. made a little joke about it at the dinner table. Yeah,
I think the vigilante needs a better code name than the Hood or the Hood Guy. How about Green Arrow? Lame.
This level of insecurity is even in the good stuff, right? Like, remember they couldn't call him Oswald Cobblepot. They were like, no, Oz Cobb.
Yeah. And that was on Great Show.
Great show, yeah. And what fucking difference would it have made?
It doesn't.
Like, what benefit did they get from cutting the name off?
Nothing.
Like,
nothing.
This reminds me of early days when the Hulk show came out. And they didn't call him Bruce Banner because Bruce was a name.
Bruce, they thought was gay.
Bruce
is too gay a name.
It's so funny.
How fucking Bruce fucking Wayne, you dickhead.
I know, but they're all Bruce. Bruce.
Yeah. Bruce sounds too gay. We're going to call him fucking David Banner instead.
Biggest red flag about this.
Black woman?
Is
Harry, how dare you?
I mean, I'm not too far.
This is Damon Lindelof, who created
the Watchmen.
Peak woke TV. This is a scene with Dr. Manhattan, presented without comment right now.
I'd be comfortable with him.
In case you didn't know, that was racist, because Dr. Manhattan is white and he turns himself into a black man to make her feel more comfortable.
Yeah. But she says also that she's uncomfortable talking to a blue guy who, if he turned himself white, she would have gone still uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because she's certainly implying, I only want to speak to black people. That's the implication here.
So the craziest thing about this, Watchmen was a sequel to the comic book, not the movie.
Yeah.
So if you recall, Dr. Manhattan at the end of Watchmen fucks off to go make his own. He's done with Earth. He's done with everything. Fuck you people. Just was losing his humanity and was going to go create a new, thing. The reason he comes back to Earth is he falls hopelessly in love with that woman.
That's, I'm calling fucking bullshit on that. No. No.
Haley Atwell. Okay.
Yeah. I can believe that. Yeah.
Regina King.
Nah.
What?
No. No.
That's the guy writing Lanterns, everybody.
Yeah. Damon
Lindelof.
Just so people remember, because I don't know how many people remember Lindelof. Like, the thing I always associate him with is Prometheus. It's like, motherfucker destroyed Alien with Ridley Scott, to be fair. And then, of course, you'd be like, well, what else? It's like Star Trek Into Darkness, considered the worst Star Trek movie ever made.
It is the worst Star Trek movie ever made.
Hey, Mahler, quick story. Don't need to break in, but I've told it to you guys before. I'm at Comic-Con, and I'm talking to my friend Derek, and they did a screening of I can't remember if Prometheus was out or there was a screening, right? So I got to see a screener copy of Prometheus. So it might have been out already, but I got to see it as a screener copy, like on my laptop, and I watched it on my laptop. And I'm sitting there talking about it with Derek Robertson at Comic-Con. I'm like, God, that movie was a piece of shit. Fucking Damon Lindelof is standing right next to me.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.